Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay Randall, and today we have a TikTok video to react to. Now, the video is about a woman who's coming to the realization that she's ready to divorce her husband. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
I just got done therapy and I'm starting to have to realize that I have to live my truth of I don't want to be with my husband anymore. I am constantly feeling like I'm being held down. And part of that is codependence, where his energy is impacting my energy. But like it does. I know everyone's like, oh, have really strong boundaries. Like other people shouldn't impact you. But like, I don't think that's reality. People impact other people. And I need to accept that I got with my husband out of potential. He had the potential to be a great earner, he had the potential to be a great father. And you know what? All of that is true. He is a great father, he is a great provider. He's not a great partner. And that's not really because of anyone's fault. It's just our personalities don't really jive. Like, I am chaotic and wild, and I love that about me. And for the longest time, he, you know, anchored me, he held me down because I couldn't regulate myself. But I can regulate myself because I am an adult now. And he tries to let go of the anchor, right? But then when we live our own independent lives, I realize like, I don't really want to intersect with you much. Like, what's funny is I think we already do what we need to do to be good parents, but he's not giving me the time of day. He refuses to sit down with me. Everything's my idea, right? He doesn't initiate anything. I would be fine doing everything on my own. He just makes things a little easier with childcare and money and money. But is that enough? I don't think it is. And so instead of being like, oh, do I want to be with him? Do I not? Oh, well, he's kind of good. Oh, this, maybe he'll change. He won't. And if he does change, it's not at the pace that I am changing. And I am changing so rapidly. I'm I'm flying away. I'm flying away. And if he tries to tether me, it's gonna snap. Like, I need to fly away. And I don't know if that means like absolutely living apart from each other, but I do know I need to adjust my expectations of if I want to clean house, I have to clean it. If I want dishes put away, I have to do it. I can't keep expecting him to do these things because he's not, and historically has never, no matter how much I've nagged, how much I've threatened, how much I've screamed, it has not been done. So I have to do it. Doesn't mean I have to do it forever, but for right now, for the most peaceful transfer, I just have to start accepting that I want this dissolved in whatever fashion. The goal no longer is to be together, in my mind. I need to own that truth. Oh well, one day at a time.
All right, guys, let's get into this. Now, I took some notes because this crazy lady said a lot of stuff in this video that I want to get into. Now, she starts off the video by saying that she just got out of therapy and she's starting to realize that she needs to live her truth. And this truth that she's come to the realization of through therapy is that she doesn't want to be with her husband anymore. She goes on to say that she feels like she's being held down by him, that she got with her husband out of potential, that he would be a great earner and a great husband. Now, here's the kicker. He actually delivers. By her own admission, he is a great earner. He is a great husband. But according to her, he's not a great partner. The reasoning for this? Well, their personalities don't jive. They don't jive. She describes herself as chaotic and wild, and she goes on to say that during this chaotic, wild period of her life, he served as an emotional anchor, right? He regulated her. But now that she's an adult, she can regulate herself. Well, clearly she doesn't seem very regulated. I mean, the woman's in therapy after all. And her conclusion is not to better her relationship with her husband, it's to destroy her family. So clearly she needs further regulation. Now, she goes on to say that she can do it by herself. She doesn't really need her husband anymore. What she does need him for is child care and money. She needs him for the money and the child care. Guys, let's just get to the facts of the case here, right? This woman never really loved this man. She never really loved this man. And she says it herself in the beginning. She got with him out of potential, out of his earning potential and his ability to be a good father. Now, guys need to take this as a learning lesson because women do this all the time. This is typically a strategy that women do after they've had their fun, they've messed around with the guys in their 20s, and now it's time to settle down. But they know that they can't lock down the man they really want, the man who's, really turns them on, that they're aroused by. So they have to settle for good enough. They have to settle for the guy that's going to provide them with stability, who's going to be a good father, he's trustworthy, he's loyal, he's caring, he's all these positive traits, right? And he's a good provider, like she was looking for. And she's looking at it from the standpoint of, you know what? He's going to provide a stable life for me, even though I'm not super into him. I don't really like him like that, but he's a safe bet, right? A lot of guys are married to women who viewed them as a safe bet and he'll do the job, right? He'll provide for me. He'll give me kids. He'll provide. And here's the kicker, guys. From the very beginning, these women already know it's not going to work out. They are planning their exit strategy from the very beginning. They're not attracted to the guy. They have no intention of being with him long term, but he serves his purpose. And this is where we find the woman right now. This man has served his purpose. He was a good provider. He was a good father. And she's most likely been with him long enough to where if they divorce that she's going to get some alimony or child support. So now she's implementing her exit strategy. The exit strategy that has existed from the very beginning. However, she can't make it look like it's her fault. She can't make it look like she's planned this from day one. No. She has to make it look like it's deteriorating for reasons that are his fault. We're growing apart. I'm growing so fast and he's just not growing fast enough for me. And I don't want to feel tethered because if he tries to tether me, then it's going to snap. It's a bunch of BS, bro. Here's the reality. She wants to go back out there in the streets, go live the wild, free, reckless lifestyle. And if he tries to put any boundaries on her to try to keep her from being a 304 or going out there and living a crazy, chaotic lifestyle, she's going to feel like he's being controlling. She's going to feel as though he's trying to trap her from being the free individual that she wants to be. That's what all that mumbo jumbo about being tethered and him not growing fast enough. It's a bunch of BS. She needs to come up with any excuse to terminate the relationship. Guys, you need to be aware of this, okay? Because this is something women do all the time. They get with men trying to, lock down a guy before their beauty, fades and before their fertility fades. So they latch on to the closest sucker they can find and they get him to help her pump out 2-3 kids. And then eventually after like the second or third kid, the sex starts to teeter off to nothing. And then from there, the relationship starts to deteriorate. You guys start to argue a lot. You guys start to not interact with each other. Bro, the relationship is pretty much over. And women do this intentionally, bro. because women know that they can just implement this strategy and this guy will give me my kids. He'll provide for me for a prolonged period of time until the kids are of a certain age. And then once, the kids are kind of manageable where I can kind of do it by myself, boom, exit strategy implemented, divorce, I get a little cash prize on the way out the door, and I can go out and live my wild and free lifestyle. This is why you don't marry chicks who are nearing the wall. I'm talking 28, 29, 30. You got to be very careful when you're dealing with these chicks. I'm not saying rule them out completely, but you got to make sure that she's getting with you because she actually wants to be with you. Because it's very clear to me, and I'm sure it is clear to you guys as well, that this woman never loved this man. I mean, even how she talks about him, she doesn't even talk about him like he's a real human being with emotions and feelings. Everything she says about him is just like what he can provide, what he doesn't provide. He's like a tool, the way she describes him, the way she speaks about him. He's like a tool to be used, and he no longer serves his purpose, so it's time for him to be discarded. And you could tell by the words she uses, how she speaks, she doesn't care at all. She's ready to move on, bro. She's been mentally left the relationship. He's probably just holding on for a little bit longer, something to do with money or the kids. Bro, this woman's out the door and she needs to come up with any excuse that she can possibly find to justify her actions. And bro, like what good was her therapy? This is why guys don't even like going to these couples therapy BS. Because she goes to this therapist and instead of this therapist helping her or come to the realization that she needs to get her mental crap together and not tear apart her family and fix her mental issues, the therapist aids her in coming to the conclusion that she needs to divorce her husband. I have no doubt that the therapist was probably a feminist, most likely a female, and you know how women are when it comes to these kind of things. The therapist most likely reaffirmed all her BS. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You need to get out there. You need to live your life. You only get one life. And, you need to live your truth. I can already hear it, bro. This is why men don't like going to this, couples therapy nonsense, because they always just take the woman's side and fill her head with a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, this relationship is over. And honestly, I'm happy for the guy because he needs to get away from this crazy chick. I mean, even she described herself as chaotic and wild. So I already know that the relationship was toxic and it wasn't his fault because chaotic and wild is there's nothing positive about that. And she looks chaotic and wild. You can listen to what she says. She sounds crazy. And it's over, bro. I mean, she said it at the end of the video. The goal is no longer to be together. Those were her words. And I'm happy for the guy, honestly, man. But guys, be careful with these chicks because there are women out there that will literally get with you for your potential. They'll see that you're a good man, you're loyal, you're caring, you're supportive, you're ambitious, you listen to her problems, you are consistent, you're reliable. They see all the positive traits in you, but they don't like you. They're not attracted to you. But women are very good at compartmentalizing men for their uses. And women have no problem getting with you for a 5-year span, a 7-year span, even a 10-year span to fulfill their goal of reproduction. They want a guy who's financially capable of providing and a guy who's going to be a good father for those years that she wants to pump out a few kids, and she'll use you for that. So be careful. Only get with women that show you the utmost levels of physical attraction, not just women who get with you in their, buzzer beater years, 28, 29, 30, when they're trying to lock down a guy real quick. Be careful of those chicks, bro. Well, guys, that's the video. If you got value from it, please go ahead, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And guys, if you have any questions for me, go ahead and add me on Instagram at jrandall_ and send me your questions. I'll make a response video and I'll post it here on the channel. And until next time, guys, take it easy.